Chapter 10. Coming Out of the Lightworker Closet. Much of the information that I am sharing with you may seem vaguely familiar, or much of it may resonate deeply within your soul. If reading the information presented in this book creates a stirring in your being, you may be experiencing an awakening of your dormant Lightworker soul. And now is the time to begin the journey of your life's work. As you begin to remember the promise that you made before coming to earth, you will come to understand that your life has divine purpose. Many Lightworkers struggle in their lifetimes. Many of you may have traumatic or unhappy lives before you finally reach the point of realization. You will have been tempted, tested, and pushed into the dark night of the soul. But Lightworkers always have the ability to rise above the darkness and emerge spiritually progressed, ready to share their light energy. My dark period lasted almost 10 years. After my father transitioned, my faith was tested and I became unsure of my purpose. The road back was long, but it brought me to the time and place at which I needed to be in order to begin my work here on earth. Beautiful but broken spirits. If you take notice of some of the famous Lightworkers mentioned in Chapter 3, you will see many led a painful and difficult lives. Some of these famous Lightworkers were so filled with light energy, they simply could not adjust to the heaviness of the earth plane. They felt they never belonged, and they wanted to go home. Many left us and never knew the impact of their gifts on the world. Here are some examples. Abraham Lincoln, February 12, 1809 to April 15, 1865, from the third plane. Served as the 16th President of the United States from March 1861 until his assassination in April 1865. Led the country through its greatest internal crisis, the American Civil War, preserved the Union, and ended slavery, freeing an entire race. Abraham suffered severe depression and wrote, "I am now the most miserable man living. If what I feel were equally distributed to the whole human family, there would not be one cheerful place on earth. Whether I shall ever be better, I cannot tell. I awfully forebode I shall not. To remain as I am is impossible. I must die or be better, it appears to me." Frida Kahlo, July 6, 1907 to July 13, 1954, from the fourth plane. A Mexican artist who was born with spina bifida, contracted polio at age 6, suffered traumatic injuries, miscarriages, and more that most could ever bear throughout her life. Kahlo's work is remembered for its pain and passion, and it seemed to be the way of her entire life. She wrote days before her death, "I hope the exit is joyful, and I hope I never return. Frida." Frida died at age 47 of pulmonary embolism, although some suspected that she died from an overdose, which may have not been accidental. Vincent van Gogh, March 30th, 1853 to July 29th, 1890, from the fourth plane. A Dutch post-impressionist painter. He suffered from anxiety and increasingly frequent bouts of mental illnesses throughout his life and died unknown at the age of 37 from a self-inflicted gunshot wound. He wrote his brother Theo saying that he died for the greatest good of all. He never knew the impact his work would have on the world. Virginia Woolf, January 25th, 1882 to March 28th, 1941. From the Fourth Plane. English author, essayist, publisher, writer of short stories, and feminist. Virginia suffered depression and was a victim of SA. On March 28, 1941, Woolf put on her overcoat, filled its pockets with stones, and walked into the river Ouse near her home and drowned. She wrote to her husband, "I feel certain that I am going mad again. I feel we can't go through another of those terrible times, and I shan't recover this time. I begin to hear voices, and I can't concentrate. So I am doing what seems the best thing to do. You have given me the greatest possible happiness. You have been in every way all that anyone could be. I can't fight any longer." Diana, Princess of Wales. Diana Frances Spencer, July 1st, 1961 to August 31st, 1997. From the Third Plane. A member of the British royal family and loved by the world in the late 20th century as the first wife of Charles, Prince of Wales, whom she married on July 29, 1981. Diana led a sad and lonesome life and was known as the People's Princess. She suffered from severe depression, anorexia, bulimia, her husband's countless infidelities, and suicide attempts. Yet she worked tirelessly for many who were in need, comforting those dying from AIDS, and serving as an international Red Cross VIP volunteer to assist victims of landmines in Angola. Diana was quoted as saying she knew she would be separate from the herd. Her intuition told her that her life was going to be a winding road. "I always felt very detached from everyone else, that I was in the wrong shell." On August 31st, 1997, Diana was killed in a car accident in the Pont de l'Alma Road tunnel in Paris. Rembrandt Bugatti, October 16, 1884 to January 8, 1916. From the Fourth Plane. An Italian sculptor known primarily for his bronze sculptures of wildlife subjects. Rembrandt volunteered as a paramedic aide at the Red Cross Military Hospital in Antwerp. His experiences among the sick and dying caused the sensitive artist to lapse into depression during World War I. Finally, when the Antwerp Zoo was forced to kill most of its wildlife stock, this deeply affected him because he had used many of these animals as objects for his sculptures, and in 1916, at the age of 31, he killed himself. It's apparent how all these beautiful lightworkers suffered so much pain just to share their gifts with the world. How tragic that while they were here, they never knew how their beautiful light energy contributed to the healing of the planet. Most of them thought the world would be a better place without them in it. These are just a few examples, but the list could go on and on. It is not uncommon for a lightworker to suffer from mental, emotional, or even physical issues. Due to their high degree of sensitivity, they are just prone to these types of challenges. Still, they do not need to be a tragic figure to shine their light on the world. Lightworkers can learn to balance and manage their heightened components to control the overloads. When lightworkers understand their true purpose and the nature of their own complexities, it becomes easier to cope with life here on Earth. Is it your time? The day may come that you will awaken to your divine purpose, want to go public with your light work, and begin a spiritual practice to help others. Being of service helps to keep the light energy of the earth expanding, and there are many different ways to accomplish this. Lightworkers will find that they are called to certain areas of work. Discovering their plane of origin, see Chapter 3, will help this. This is a wonderful milestone to which you have come in your development. As a light worker, you have been contracted to use certain gifts to help heal the earth plane. There is no need to worry about being ready. I firmly believe that the universe will bring you to this point of working with others, but only when you are ready. If you go there and it is not your time, I promise you will surely find yourself blocked. Obstacles will come in your way to prevent you from working with the public, and you will eventually stop trying until the time is right. On the other hand, when the time is right, the universe will clear the path like a bulldozer to help you do your work, and together you will construct an environment that will enable you to be highly effective in your service to mankind. The Spirit can create signs and synchronicities in your life that will leave no doubt in your mind as to what directions to take. In retrospect, you will be amazed at the steps through which the universe has taken you to get to the place at which you need to be. If you follow this divine compass blindly and have absolute trust, you will never take the wrong path. As your dedication to your light work builds, you will also find yourself surrounded by others who want to be of service and also only have the highest intentions. As you increase your light quotient here on earth, your high vibrational level will be enough to clear out those whose intentions are not aligned with the greatest good of all. When you do find yourself at the point at which you want to work with others as a light worker, it is time to keep your channel clear at all times and consider yourself a beacon of light to the world. After you have successfully harnessed your light worker heightened components, you can begin to function openly in a service capacity. You may have a fascination or intense interest in one area of light work, and this is a strong signal that there is the work that you have been sent here to do. This is the Spirit's message to you. This calling is your life's purpose. Set your intentions. When you begin your light work, it's important to set your intentions and have a clear idea of what you want to achieve. A true light worker is not a fortune teller who simply tells people what will happen next. Light workers will guide those who come to them to their highest spiritual potential. They cannot help but to do this because they are the bearers of light for the world and are internally programmed to spread light. A light worker will not only assist in identifying outcomes, but will enlighten the paths of others' souls' journeys. The fortune teller psychic and the light worker psychic perform two distinctively different practices. I would not brush the fortune teller off as insignificant, just something different. As long as the fortune teller is done with high intentions, it can be a useful tool. As a light worker, you should be providing healing energy and helping others to learn how to use the tools of the universe in order to gather knowledge and understanding of their own soul's journey, showing them that sometimes the powerful message lies not within the answers, but in identifying the questions that we need to be asking ourselves. Energy healing. A person's energy can be damaged by traumatic or painful experiences. Wounds of the past, if not properly treated, will fester and contaminate and block energy. These wounds could be current or past life soul injuries. Just as our physical bodies can be harmed, our spiritual bodies can also suffer traumatic injury. When our energy is harmed in some way, it is unable to flow properly. It becomes stagnant, thus perhaps actually causing the physical body to become ill. As an energy healer, you would go deep into the energy field of your client and create a healthy flow of energy. There are many ways in which this can be done, and it depends on the practitioner's technique of preference. There are many different modalities of energy healing, all of which work on the same premise: to clear or unblock stagnant energy within the physical and astral body. This is done in a number of ways. Some modalities treat the affected body part with direct touch, while others do not touch the physical body at all, but instead work on clearing out the layers of the aura. Of course, there are many techniques from different cultures around the world that have been practiced for centuries. Animal communicator. As a light worker, you will always feel a strong connection to some level with all life forms, and this includes our friends from the animal kingdom. Many light workers feel a special affinity toward animals. As our companions, guides, and soulmates, our pets contribute so much to our spiritual journey. Animals can be our greatest teachers here on the earth plane, and their role should be respected as such. As an animal communicator, you will telepathically tap into a universal language that opens up a dialogue with animals. Your heightened awareness will recognize body language and underlining signals that reveal the thoughts of our pets. Lightworkers who have strong empathetic abilities are wonderful animal communicators. You will also find that as a lightworker, animals will automatically be drawn to you because they have an innate sense of your awareness of your own connection to the universe and to all living creatures. This ability is valuable for pet owners and animal lovers who wish to better understand their pet's needs, health issues, or behavioral challenges. Your connection with the animal will automatically enable you to understand what the animal is feeling and translate the animal's verbiage so that it can be understood by the human consciousness. Animal communicators have the necessary task of bringing awareness to those here on earth that there is a connection between all forms of life. Past life regression therapist/reader. This is a technique that recovers memories of past lives or incarnations. Techniques used during past life regression are answering a series of questions or envisioning situations that reveal events of past lives. Traumatic past life events will carry over into current lifetimes and inhibit the spiritual progress of an individual. As a past life therapist, you will assist others in identifying these past life issues during your sessions. As a past life reader, you will use your heightened components to discover past life events for your clients and relay the information to them. The knowledge of past life issues or situations brings much self-realization and growth to the person receiving the information. This information will be utilized to overcome emotional blocks and healing in the present lifetime. Medical intuitive. A medical intuitive is a psychic or intuitive who can energetically read the organs, glands, blood, and so on in our bodies. This work is done by intuitively scanning the body, usually starting from the head and working your way down the body, for areas that may need treatment. Often, medical intuitives will be able to identify energy blockages, possibly identify the connection of an event or situation causing the illness, and relay this information to their client. They often report seeing black or dark colorations in the area or areas that are in need of treatment. This information can then be provided to the client's medical doctor and our healthcare professional for further evaluation and discussion of possible treatments. Many medical intuitive work with or are themselves medical doctors. Intuitive advisor for corporations or individuals. An intuitive advisor is someone who uses his or her intuitive gifts to help those in the professional or corporate world. Presidents or CEOs of large companies and any other types of professionals can utilize intuitive advisors to make important decisions. The intuitive advisor will use his or her heightened intuition to help identify the most favorable path for a company to take in order to succeed and expand. An intuitive advisor can be utilized to assist in personal issues as well, offering clients insights into difficult questions. Choose your calling. It will be your choice as to how you share your light energy with the world. If you choose not to go into these types of practices, remember that light work involves many other things. Beautifying the earth with your creative abilities, sharing your gift through writing, creating music, or advocating for those who are in need are all ways to work with the public and expand the light energy of the planet. All light workers are unique with unique healing gifts to offer the earth. Find the path that feels right for you and allow the light energy to flow through you without resistance, and you will be fulfilling your divine purpose.